fat guys with mullets who got loaded after games, and they were really good at baseball.
They were shooting each other in the ass in the bathroom stall full of steroids.
As weird as he's gotten, Lenny Dykstra's been on a bunch of shows recently and told a lot of stories about that team. We're just scratching the surface of how weird and crazy that team was.
The ESPN needs to stop all production on all the 30 for 30s, and they need to take like 3 years to collect all the stories and evidence of the 93 Phillies, and then that be their grand finale, because that was the most interesting sports team ever. Because there's no way they should have been in the World Series against that Blue Jays team. 6 games.
Speaking of ESPN, though, I think a week from Sunday, they dropped the Jordan special.
Yeah.
It's going to be spectacular.
I saw the one line Jordan just says, something around like along the lines of, don't talk about Michael Jordan unless you mention Scottie Pippen. That was in 1996. Now I don't think he's as generous with that comment.
Wasn't his Hall of Fame speech, because I couldn't bring myself to watch it because of all the negative feedback from it. I don't want to dirty my mind of my memory of Jordan. Wasn't he just like, I did fucking everything. Phil Jackson is jack shit. Scottie Pippen's okay. I am the greatest of all time. Wasn't he kind of like a little too boastful?
I thought so.
I kind of like that.
If anyone has the credibility to just go out there and do that.
Yeah, he's allowed.
Jesus. I love the rumors of Jordan got kicked out of the league for gambling. And they said, all right, we'll compromise. You leave. Go do something.
Go play baseball.
Go play baseball. For 2 years, and they're like, you're not good. Like, you're good because you're a freak athlete, but like you're not like MLB good.
No.
I don't want to turn this into a Jordan argument by any means, but the thing about Jordan is people never remember any of the bad stuff. He's like, don't remember that he lost in the playoffs when he came back. Don't remember the Wizards' weird years that he had. Like, everything is just about 6 for 6, those 6 years. And baseball, like, imagine if, take LeBron out of it, Kobe left in his prime, went to play baseball for, like, now, like, played baseball for 2 years, then came back. But when you think of Jordan, the greatness is 6 for 6, right? And the North Carolina shot. But nothing when he didn't make the playoffs or stuck in the playoffs before that. It was those 6 years, and that's like his legacy.
And a lot of people say, I mean, he was playing baseball for the minor leagues. Like it was, and he bought like a super bus for the team he played on. So it wasn't like he was taking like a school bus from,
it wasn't slumming
Kentucky to Ohio. No. Right. It was almost like 2 years to recover and then come back and just crush.
But then they
lost those 2 years.
But then they beat Malone and Stockton 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
But those 2 years were the years that the Rockets went back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
The Bulls against that Rockets team in the final.
With Elijah Wan and Big Shot Bob and
Clyde
Sam Cassell and Clyde the Glide. But the funny thing is, the Rockets nicknamed those teams Clutch City, right? For like coming through. I've always laughed at that, thinking that's kind of got an asterisk. Like, how clutch are you? You didn't beat Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to beat the Bulls.
You had to go through the Knicks.
There's no way to really answer that.
The Knicks and the Magic. And
the Knicks were nasty. The Knicks were nasty back then.
They should have. They were so good.
Was that the year that Ewing didn't he miss a layup?
No, he made a layup, but he took 7 steps before he made it.
There was one game
to beat the Pacers to get into the finals.
He missed like a finger roll layup.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think that was against Shaq and Penny. Like that's when Shaq and Penny, because Shaq and Penny are the ones that beat Jordan when he came back, right?
Right, Horace Grant. Yeah.
Elijah Wan had also swept them.
Nick Anderson came up right from behind.
Swept the Magic in the finals.
Took it right from Jordan, stole the ball from Jordan, and basically ended the game. And then, the Magic or the Rockets swept them. I mean, the Rockets were fucking amazing. And the second year when they got Drexler, I don't know if the Bulls would have been able to handle that.
Who did Jordan beat in the finals the year before he left? Not the
Sonics?
The Suns. Charles Barkley. He beat Barkley.
You're right.
Yeah.
He beat Barkley on a team that was like, at the time, you thought a starting 5 of Hall of Famers. It was like him, Dan Marley, Kevin Johnson. Yeah,
Tom Chambers.
They were nasty.
Cedric Ceballos.
But looking back, how bad is that team, though?
A bunch of underachievers.
The fact that Danny Ainge could guard, he probably had to guard Jordan at some point. Like that's
of course
insane.
he did. Because then they played. They beat the Sonics, which is also a nasty team with Gary Payton,
Sean Kemp,
Detlef
Sean
Scram,
Kemp.
Percy Hawkins.
The Sonics team and those Jazz teams that Jordan beat on the second run, they easily should be championship teams, but they're not.
Jordan's first 3 were against Lakers.
Detlef Scram.
Trailblazers,
Detlef.
and then the Suns that you were just talking about.
I thought for sure they were going to win it all, that Suns team.
Jazz, Sonics, Jazz?
Kev, can you look
Sonics,
into that?
Jazz.
Can you click into the Blazers team? I'd love to see who else is on that besides Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter.
Yeah, I'll go back to that.
How'd that team make a finals?
I know.
Who else is on that Trailblazers team? That is crazy.
It was like, was there such a vacuum when Magic were kind of like irrelevant?
I was going to say then, exactly. So that was Magic / like he was done.
Wow, yeah, who was on that Blazers team?
Right, yeah, great question.
You had Kevin Duckworth, Danny Ainge.
We all remember Duckworth.
Cliff Robinson.
Quack, Mr. Duckworth.
Terry Porter and Clyde Drexler was your starting lineup. They should not have been there.
That's a bad team.
Terrible team.
Who did they beat to get to the finals?
Had to be the Sonics, I would assume.
Fun fact for you, though, that was the year that Ash's youngest brother was born. They couldn't decide what they were going to name him. And as the finals are starting, as like she's about to give birth, and Ash's dad said, it's either Clyde or Jordan. Whoever wins the championship, his name's Jordan.
It's a good thing they won.
Could you imagine that poor kid?
Clyde is not. Clyde. We'll edit that one out, John.
The Blazers beat the Jazz to play the Bulls in the finals that year.
Was Malone and Stockton or that Jazz? They're there already?
That's a good Jazz team, by the way.
Who else started on that Jazz team? So here's who had to guard Jordan. Byron Russell, obviously, had to most of the time. If not, Jeff Hornacek. I'm not joking. No, this is a serious.
I know. I was waiting for you to say Jeff
Hornacek had to guard him. Or if someone set a screen, John Stockton had to guard Michael Jordan.
And have Jordan run right into him.
Who was their center? Malone. Who was their center?
Isaac Austin.
No idea who that is.
Yeah, whoever was the 6th seed in both conferences this year would have made it to the finals that year.
Malone was on that team.
On the 92. That was Jordan's. That was the dream team year. That was when Jordan was just
so nasty.
Yeah, it wasn't a fair competition.
Bird and Magic were like held together by like Scotch tape. They were so like crippled, old, and with age.
Yeah.
Still alive. Beat it. Beat AIDS.
And he's so fat now too.
Yeah, I know. It's like Artie, the only person to gain weight on a cocaine or heroin addiction.
And Magic Johnson owns everything in Los Angeles.
Yes. He owns a piece of like every sporting event.
31 Papa John's.
When's the last time you had like fast food pizza? Like Pizza Hut, Domino's, Papa John's?